And we welcome you into the Les Schwab Tires Game of the Week on MyBasin.com. It is opening day for the Klamath Union Pelicans. I'm Josh Eldridge coming to you live from legendary Kiger Stadium in Klamath Falls this afternoon to be back with some baseball happening here in Klamath Falls. Again, today's matchup between the Pirates and the Pelicans is brought to you in part by Les Schwab Tires and, of course, Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union, Coldwell Banker Home and Premier Realty, Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram of Klamath Falls, and by Harbor Isles Tennis and Fitness Club. It's been almost 2 years since both of these teams have stepped foot onto a baseball diamond, as last year's season was canceled due to COVID-19. The year before that, specifically for the Klamath Union Pelicans, was a 7-win season, 4 of those coming non-league, 3 in league play. All those wins came against North Valley, so by deduction, that means that these Phoenix Pirates swept the Klamath Union Pelicans 2 years ago. Now, a lot can change, obviously, in these 2 years, and some things did for the Klamath Union Pelicans. Obviously, adding new head coach Michael Overstreet was the junior varsity coach and stepped in for Coach Mick, who stepped down at the end of last year. So we are very excited for baseball today from Kiger Stadium between the Phoenix Pirates and the Klamath Union Pelicans. We're going to step aside for just a quick minute, and when we come back, we're going to take a look at the weather report for the day and, of course, give you the starting lineups and first pitch coming up next on MyBasin.com. Stay here.
Threads. There are many threads that run through our region. There are churches and schools and Little League teams that bring us together and bind us into communities. There are roads and cars. There are houses and jobs and businesses, all woven together to make the fabric of our communities. There are financial threads that are part of that tapestry as well. For over 80 years, it's been our pleasure to be headquartered here, providing financial services to generations of our friends and neighbors. From that first savings account to retirement planning and all of the cars and houses and groceries in between, we keep your money local, investing it back into our communities, adding more threads to the fabric to make our communities stronger. Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union. Find your path.
And we welcome you back to Kiger Stadium on MyBasin.com. There you see Klamath Union starter this afternoon. Big 6'4" Jacob Cook, the left-hander, is getting the ball today for Klamath Union. He's going to end up going against the Phoenix Pirates lineup that goes like this. Leading off for the Pirates, number 6, Brandon Zanny, is going to be doing the pitching for him today. Batting second is the center fielder, Tristan Norris. Hitting third is third baseman, Monty Spence. In the cleanup spot is first baseman Ian Wood. In right field and batting fifth is Ethan Humble. Number 16, the designated hitter, batting sixth is Hunter Croy. At second base is Eli Page. He's in the 7 hole. Batting eighth is Martin Scala. He is catching. And batting ninth is Dominic Champagne, the left fielder for the Phoenix Pirates. Defensively, the Klamath Union Pelicans look like Cayden Coulter behind the dish, Yuli Hernandez at first, Zeke Pena is at second, Lincoln Peterson is at shortstop, and Garrett Short is at third base. In the outfield, going from left to right field, is Mendoza, Garrett, and Garlits, and very much looking forward to baseball this afternoon. Again, just about 2 years since either of these teams have been on the baseball field, and again, last year being canceled, and the year before that, Klamath Union struggled and won 4 games that season, and looking now to improve upon that is this new group of guys as they gather out there on the mound right now. You can see them, the infielders gathering around their boy Jacob Cook, again, 6'4". We'll talk about the scouting report for Jacob Cook as we move forward through the broadcast this afternoon, but a left-hander as well, so giving the Pirates a little bit of a different look than they might otherwise see in the Skyline Conference, which features a lot of prominent right-handers. Stepping into the box now for the Phoenix Pirates, number 6, leading off, Brandon Zanny, the pitcher, and he takes one low in the dirt for ball 1. First pitch this afternoon, 4:56. Start a little bit ahead of schedule, 55 degrees. The temperature at first pitch could get down in the low 50s as we move forward throughout the broadcast this afternoon. The count is 1-0 as the first pitch was a ball to Zanny. Cook with the second pitch. He's going to take that one high in the zone for a strike. Jacob Cook, again, he stands 6'4". He's got a good hard fastball and is a left-hander. The breaking balls that he might be able to show will come out a little bit deceiving for right-handed hitters like Zanny. Although Zanny chops one out, Garrett short, lets that one bounce off of his glove. That one gets into left field. Zanny is on with a lead-off single for the Phoenix Pirates. Stepping into the box now for Phoenix is the center fielder, Tristan Morris. And we'll see what Jacob Cook decides to come with now, as now having to work out of the stretch early. Never want to give up a hit this early on in the contest, but Zanny takes a small lead off of first, nothing too much. Cook is going to check him. He pitches from the slide, but misses high. That will be ball one. The key for Jacob Cook, he's not to use his length. The ball is going to get there a little bit quicker just because his release point is farther down the way than most guys, only 60 feet and 6 inches from the mound, as that pitch from Cook is an attempted bunt, ends up being fouled back by Norris, evens up the count at 1 apiece. Still scoreless, top of the first inning. Runner on first is Brandon Zanny for the Phoenix Pirates. We are just getting started this afternoon from Kiger Stadium. And I've talked a lot about what Klamath Union did last season. Last season was 2019. I got to make sure my words are correct. As Jacob Cook decides to go over and check his man at first. The last full season the Pirates played was 2019, a 16-12 overall record for them. They finished 9-6 in Skyline Conference play. So these Pirates, they are a very good team. As Cook fires in a fastball that is fouled back, it'll be 1-2 now, as the big left-hander is ahead against Tristan Norris. On deck is Monty Spence for the Pirates. And we'll see what Jacob Cook decides to come with here as he looks down. Coulter giving him the sign. Taking the extra step off of first was Zanny. And the throw over, Zanny gets back with ease, as Cook has not really shown off his big lefty move that is accustomed to left-handed pitchers, but he hasn't had to yet. Still only worrying about this man at the plate. The count, 1 ball, 2 strikes to Tristan Norris. Cook kicks, fires. That one is lifted into left field, trying to get under it and making the catch. No, it looked like it fell, and it did. Mark that one an error to left fielder Mendoza. E7 in the books. That moves Zanny to second, and Tristan Norris is now at first. Still nobody out in the inning, as that looked to be a routine fly ball out there. But still, when you play at this time out here at Kiger Stadium, you definitely are battling the sun just a little bit as Mendoza out there. So it can be excusable early on in the season. Showing bunt, that one actually gets back to the backstop. Zanny is going to advance to third and Norris to second. So the pass ball allows 2 runners now to advance into scoring position. And that's not what you want to see if you are Coach Overstreet. You throw some good pitches if you're Jacob Cook, but now trying to work your way out of this inning. You're behind in the count, 1-0 to Monty Spence, the third baseman. On deck is the cleanup hitter, Ian Wood. He's the first baseman as well for the Phoenix Pirates. The kick and throw from Jacob Cook. A little bit of a breaking ball, finds the zone. Might have been a changeup too for Jacob Cook, as looking to try to mix up some speeds early, which is a nice sign in the first game of the season. Looks at Yuli Hernandez, the first baseman. He's going to play in on the corner, as he should be. That one is a ground ball out to short, fielded by Coulter. The throw on to first is in time, but also a run does score on the play and makes it 1-0 Phoenix. We're still in the top of the first inning. Runner also advances to third, Tristan Morris, and mark that an RBI for Monty Spence, a 6-3 in the books. It's also the first out in this inning. So with the runner on third now, stepping in is Ian Wood for his first at-bat of the 2021 campaign. He takes one low for ball 1. 1-0 to score. That run coming off of the bat of Monty Spence. He knocked in Brandon Zanny. Also moved Tristan Norris up to third, still only 1 out in the inning. And Jacob Cook firing and gets a swing and a miss for strike 1 off of Ian Wood. On deck is number 21, the right fielder, Ethan Humble. as Klamath Union trying to get on offense as quick as they can and answer back to this 1-0 hole they find themselves in early. That one is in the dirt, and it looks like it ended up catching Wood right in the foot. So he will get a free pass. Runner still stays at third. So it is runners at first and third with only one out in the inning. And in for the Pirates is Ethan Humble, the right fielder. On deck is Hunter Croy. As taking a sizable lead off first is Ian Wood. You can see him there on your screen. And Cook is definitely going to check him. The throw from Cook is a bit of a floater, but it does miss high. 1 ball and no strikes. Talked about that Phoenix team from a couple years ago that went 16-12. Got a couple of great wins against some quality teams like Mazama. They were able to beat Henley at one point. They even took one away from the team that would eventually be a state semifinalist in Hidden Valley. So this Pirates team is formidable, of course. And I believe that was a strike. So 1 ball and a strike now. Jacob Cook trying to work his way back into this inning. He's given up 1 run already, though unearned. After the error in left field, that is a swing and a miss for strike 2. Ball and 2 strikes. The error was charged to Mendoza off of the bat of Tristan Norris, who is standing at third base right now for the Pirates. Jacob Cook comes set. He kicks and fires. That one is low in the zone, but a good job by Humble to fight that one off. Still 2 strikes. And Jacob Cook trying to induce maybe a double play here. That would definitely be what you hope for. The guys up the middle in Peterson and Pena are playing up the middle there, ready for the double play. And Jacob Cook trying to decide now what he wants to throw. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count. He kicks, he fires. That one is lined out into left field. That time Mendoza does not have an issue making the catch. And no one is moving. So that was a shot by Ethan Humble, but right at Mendoza. He is the second out in the inning. And call it an F7 in the books. That brings up Hunter Croy. Runners remain at first and third, though this time with 2 outs. Jacob Cook coming set now. He checks his runner at first, misses high and in to Hunter Croy, the designated hitter. 1 ball and no strikes. For Jacob Cook, I mentioned he's the lefty, big 6'4". He also plays soccer and baseball. And basketball for the Klamath Union Pelicans. Of course he plays baseball. He's out here right now, and they got a man in the middle, but oh no, the throw goes right to first base. And Hunter Croy, Wood is rounding first and heading for third after that miscue there. So a run does come in to score. And runners now at just third base as it's Ian Wood out there. Coming in to score was Norris. 2-0 the score. Phoenix leads after that error. And it's the second error in the inning for Klamath Union. So both of these runs that have come in are unearned against Jacob Cook. He has given up 2 hits, though. That one is flared out to right field. That one will find a gap, bringing home 1 run, rounding first and heading for second. And these going for 3. Out there is Hunter Croy, and he decides to stay put at second base. And having trouble with it out in the outfield was Garrett, but able to get in. We'll call it an RBI double for Phoenix and Hunter Croy. He knocks in 1 run on that double. Now Eli Page. Page stepping in. He's the starting second baseman for Phoenix. Standing at second is Hunter Croy. That one is fought and fouled back. 0-1 the count. Still 2 outs in the inning. 3 runs have come across for Phoenix in the opening frame of the 2021 season. 1 off the bat of Monty Spence and 1 off the bat of Hunter Croy. The other one coming in on a sort of an error once Ian Wood came around. Jacob Cook looking for his pitch. The man standing out at second is Hunter Croy. Jacob Cook, the pitch is swung on and missed. That's strike 2. And Cook close to trying to get himself out of this inning, giving Klamath Union a chance to hopefully scrape back into this game down 3-0, still in the top of the first inning. Jacob Cook trying to find his sign. Cayden Coulter is the catcher trying to give it to him. Jacob Cook, he's coming set. He kicks and fires. That one is popped up shallow center field. Calling for it is Zeke Pena, but no one is able to bring it in. Coming in to score from second base is Hunter Croy. And now there's a man at first. The score 4-0. Going to put that one in the books as an E4 as Pena called everyone off and was unable to get anyone in. So the run does come in. Page credited with the RBI. 4 runs in this inning for Phoenix. And now into the box is Martin Scala. Scala also playing basketball. It's a great shooter from beyond the arc, if I remember correctly, last couple years that they've played Klamath Union. Scala's looked quite good. Also a catcher for this Pirates baseball team. The man on first is Eli Page. He reached on an error just a few seconds ago. Jacob Cook throws a pitch inside. Coulter had a little bit of trouble corralling that one. And apologies there was no strikeout. The count is 1-1 strike. Still working out a bit of technical difficulties here on opening day, but I do appreciate you being here this afternoon. We are live from Kiger Stadium, as that one will end up foul into the stands here at Kiger Stadium. You can see that these ones down, I'm out here by the patio right now. They are being torn down. They're selling the wood as well, from what I understand. So curious to see what they plan to put in here at Kiger Stadium. Also, the home of the Oregon Tech Hustlin' Owls, when, of course, they play. As that one will be taken outside for a ball. So the count 2 balls and 2 strikes into Martin Scala. But yeah, not only here. I'm not sure if you can see down the far side of the third base foul line. I'll give you a look at it right now. You can see it down the far side. There used to be bleachers down there as well, if you remember, the big wood bleachers, but they have been taken out and have been sold. The wood has been taken apart and sold to different kinds of folks. And curious to see what they decide to do. Full count. The pitch swung on and missed. And that should be strike. No, they fouled it off. Oh, fouled right back into his glove, it looks like. That must have been strike 2. Probably lost count myself there. Apologies there. So now the count is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And Jacob Cook fires one in there. It is fouled back by Martin Scala. This is the 6th pitch of the at-bat coming up for Scala. He has battled coming up to the plate here. On deck behind him is Dominic Champagne, the left fielder. As Phoenix is way deep into the lineup. Martin Scala is the 8th hitter to be up this inning. That one is dribbled out back towards the pitcher's mound. Garrett short charges it. The throw on to first is wide, just a little bit off the glove of Hernandez. Now going to second. The throw in there is high over Pena. And now coming home, there is no play there. So scoring all the way from first is Eli Page. And that's 5 runs in the inning for Phoenix. A man now at second base, a runner coming in. That's Jones for Phoenix. As Scala is the catcher, so he's going to gear back up. That's what it looks like. So 2 outs, 5-0. Phoenix has only got 3 hits in this inning. But 5 runs have come across, all on errors. None of them are earned. And in steps the left-handed hitting Dominic Champagne for these Phoenix Pirates. The second pitch is high. Dominic Champagne, the lone left-hander in this Phoenix Pirates lineup, so lefty versus lefty matchup for Jacob Cook. Something you don't really see too often, but will be nice for him as you don't generally see too many left-handers anyway, but as a left-handed hitter as well, as that one gets to the backstop, Jones is going to advance to third base, and that'll be a third ball, I believe, in this count. Apologies, the scoreboard is off here at Kiger Stadium, so if I lose track of one pitch, I'm kind of lost as far as the count goes. So, from my count, 3 balls, No strikes. 2 outs in the inning. Jacob Cook kicks, fires. That one is low, and that will be ball 4. Puts a man on first now, as stepping in is Brendan Zanny. He batted to lead off this inning. He reached on a single and came around to score earlier on in this inning. As runners at first and third. Over at first base is Champagne, and at third it is Jones. The pitch in the dirt blocked by Coulter. Nice work there behind the dish. That will be ball 1. 5 runs in the opening frame for Phoenix again. None of them earned against Jacob Cook, although one did come on an error that he committed. So errors galore for Klamath Union as a man takes off. This one is flared out down the right field line. That one will end up being fair. Rounding second and now heading for third is Dominic Champagne. Champagne is raved around to head home, and he will get in there safely. A triple for Brandon Zanny. 2 RBIs on the play. That will clear the bases, put a runner at third, and the score now 7-0. Two RBI triple for Brandon Zanny puts him at third, and now is Tristan Norris. He reached on an error his last time and came around to score. There's 7 runs in this inning. Still, none of them earned against Jacob Cook. Scratch that. One of them earned now against Jacob Cook. It was when Champagne came around to score. He was walked. That one is hit hard into left field down the line. Having to get that one is Mendoza. That will bring 1 run into score. Heading around first and into second, standing up, is Tristan Norris. He gets on base with a double and 1 RBI as he knocks in Zanny. It's now 8-0. Now 2 earned runs against Jacob Cook. 2 of these 8 that have come across in this inning. Klamath Union has been looking for their 3rd out for the last, it looks to be 7 batters. As Spence was the first out earlier this inning when he grounded into a 6-3 ground out, as he looks at ball 1 there. 8-0 the score. Runner at second base is Tristan Norris. Norris knocked in 1 via a double just a minute ago. The pitch in from Jacob Cook. That one is going to find the zone against Norris. And a ball and a strike now to Norris, who is again 0 for 1, but did reach on an error. Came around to score earlier on in the first inning. This is Spence. He grounded out earlier on in the first, so he is 0 for 1 on the day, but did get credited with an RBI as he knocked in Zanny earlier on this game. That one missed outside of 2 balls and 1 strike now for Jacob Cook, who, again, these past 7 batters, he's been looking for the 3rd and final out of just this first inning of 2021. Jacob Cook, he's coming set, looking for his runner at second. That is a swing and a miss. Strike 2. Evens the count at 2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, 1 runner on at second is Tristan Norris. He reached via a double. 8 runs have come across for Phoenix here in this first inning. As Jacob Cook now comes set, he kicks and fires. That one is swung on and missed. Jacob Cook gets himself out of that inning, but not before 8 runs come across for Phoenix on just 5 hits. 1 runner left on for Klamath Union. As we head to break, we get to the bottom of the first next. Klamath Union, a chance to answer back. You've got the Les Schwab Tires Game of the Week on mybasin.com.
If you're trying to lose some weight and get in shape, Harbor Isles Tennis and Fitness Club is the best place to do it. Harbor has state-of-the-art equipment, plus certified personal trainers to help you achieve your goals safely and quickly. They also have indoor tennis and pickleball courts and tons of group exercise classes to help you have fun while you get in shape. When you're done with your workout, stop by their smoothie bar to get a nutritious boost. See and feel the difference at Harbor Isles Tennis and Fitness Club. It's the place to be.
Welcome back to the Les Schwab Tires Game of the Week on mybasin.com. After the top of the first inning. Phoenix is ahead 8-0 over the Klamath Union Pelicans. As we take a look at this Pelicans starting lineup, leading off for KU is the third baseman Garrett Short. Batting second is Cayden Coulter. He is catching. Hitting third is the pitcher Jacob Cook. Lincoln Peterson is batting cleanup and at shortstop. Yuli Hernandez is at first base, batting fifth. Hitting sixth is number 13, Tyson Mendoza, the left fielder. Batting seventh is number 9, Colin Garrett, the center fielder. In right field and hitting eighth is Drew Garlits. And at second base is Zeke Pena. He is batting ninth. They go up against Brandon Zanny. Big right-handed pitcher, likes to throw a fastball, mix in a curveball and a changeup as well. You might occasionally see him break out a slider. He likes to also mix in a two-seam fastball. As Garrett Short steps into the box for the first time this season, as Klamath Union desperately trying to work something back into this game, as Garrett Short takes a pitch outside for ball one. Garrett Short, so far, he's played quite a bit of club basketball. He is one of the few guys returning for that basketball team who didn't get a chance to finish their season last year due to the COVID-shortened season, but also playing himself some baseball as well. Ended up missing football season because he played club basketball, but you can't miss out on baseball if you're Garrett Short. His brother also playing for Klamath Union and the Klamath Falls Falcons American Legion team. I seen Garrett Short out there as well this past summer for the American Legion team. I'm sure he'll be back out there again, as the Klamath Falls Falcons were in Area 4, hoping a Legion gets a season this year, as last year no official Legion season was held. It was all part of the big shutdown after the COVID-19 pandemic really stopped everything from happening last summer. It stopped high school baseball from happening at all last year, and then it postponed it a couple weeks later than it normally would have happened into 2021 because we had to finish out football season, a season in which Klamath Union only won 2 games. As Garrett Short bounces one out to second, he almost beats out the routine grounder, but Page tosses onto Wood for the first out in this inning. So Garrett Short grounds out to second for the first out. That brings up Cayden Coulter. He is the catcher. He is also on that football team that I mentioned just a minute ago. They wrapped up their season back on Friday with a big win over North Valley. They also beat these Phoenix Pirates in that game of football earlier this season, 20-9. It was KU's first win of the season, but clearly the baseball matchup is going just a little bit different. As Zanny comes set with this pitch, he is going to fire it in there for strike one as Coulter sits back and lets that one pass him. On deck is the pitcher, Jacob Cook. Zanny, who has already gotten one out in this inning. Again, he'll like to mix in that breaking pitch, but he might not have to too much. With this lead already, a very comfortable lead that he contributed to, by the way, knocking in a pair of runs last inning off of a triple. He might not have to work too hard out there. Just find the zone, don't mess around the zone too much, and let Klamath Union try to hit the ball, put it in play, and let your defense work if you're Brandon Zanny, who I believe is also, if we go back to talk about the American Legion team, the Klamath Falls Falcons, I believe Brandon Zanny also plays for the Medford Mustangs. Now, I can't remember for sure, but the Medford Mustangs are champions, consummate champions. They have won, I believe, 6 straight state championships in American Legion. They also won a tournament at the end of last year's, what would have been Legion season, out of Grants Pass, winning that tournament. And just a great team that Coach Nate Maben has got over there, and I believe Brandon Zanny is a part of that squad. He fires in that pitch. It is inside for ball 2 as Cayden Coulter is awaiting his turn right now. He's trying to get on base, get something started for this Klamath Union Pelicans team, as they have not had a lot of luck in this opening frame. Zanny pitches and fires the 2-2, and it is fouled back. The count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Coulter putting up a little bit of a fight here. This is the 6th pitch of the at-bat coming up, as it is a beautiful day from Kiger Stadium. I mentioned about 55 degrees, a small wind blowing out to right center field, as it's 325 to either pole here at Kiger Stadium, 350 to right and left center, and 385 to dead center field here at Kiger Stadium, as they get Cayden Coulter looking for the strikeout, and that brings up Jacob Cook. There he is. There's Jacob Cook, standing 6'4". He's got a little bit of a bigger strike zone, a bigger swing as well. Cook isn't the guy you're going to see hit for power too much, but he does have a little bit of pop in his bat. The left-handed hitter takes strike one, low and away in the zone. On deck, should he get the chance to hit this inning, is Lincoln Peterson, the shortstop for Klamath Union, as he would love to get in that bat and hope to get a rally going for KU as Jacob Cook takes the next pitch high and away for ball one. Count a ball and a strike. There are 2 outs in this inning. Last one coming off a strikeout from Cayden Coulter as Brandon Zanny kicks and he fires. That one is going to be, I believe, fouled off. I couldn't quite see the umpire's signal. I believe that was a ball, actually, thinking about it. 2 balls and 1 strike into Jacob Cook, as Zanny decides to come set with it now. Kicks, fires, misses high. 3 balls and a strike now into Jacob Cook, who is the pitcher. Would love to help himself out a little bit here, get on base and get something going for his team. As Zanny comes set, he kicks and he fires. That one will miss wide, so that's the 3rd ball. So by my count, the count should be full now. 2 strike, 2 outs in the inning. As you can see behind him, the limited capacity we got there in the shade. Limited capacity at Kiger Stadium this afternoon. Glad that you're joining us. As Cook rips one down past the first baseman, he'll get on with a 2-out single. Great job by Jacob Cook to be able to fight that one off and pull one down the line for a single. That is the first hit of the season for Klamath Union. Credit it to the big man Jacob Cook, and that will bring up Lincoln Peterson, who's now in the box. The pitch from Zanny swung on and missed by Peterson. 0-1. Jacob Cook taking a big lead off first. And Zanny notices he might throw over. Nope, he decides to go to the plate with it. Peterson pops it up into right field. Right center field having to fight the sun, but making the catch was humble, and that will retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, 1 runner left on. No errors committed for Phoenix in this inning as we head now to the top of the 2nd inning in the Les Schwab Tires Game of the Week with live HD video on mybasin.com. Leave it here.
Sure glad we went to Les Schwab.
I'm glad the baby's still happy.
Well, I'm just glad that along with tires, Les Schwab also does brakes, alignment, and a bunch of other safety services. I mean, if we'd gone to a cheap tire store instead, I'd be a doggone wreck.
My thoughts exactly.
Thanks, kiddo.
Give everyone peace of mind on the road. Swing by or book online. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
Getting ready for the top of the 2nd inning from Kiger Stadium. As you see there, Phoenix leads 8-0. They got 5 hits back in that first inning. Klamath Union committed 5 errors. They look to clean things up as there is a new pitcher on the mound for Klamath Union. And just to take a quick look at things, I believe I know who this is, but no number 2 readily available on my roster here. As we look, that will be Drew Garlits. So Jacob Cook moves to first base. Garlits comes in from left. And Hernandez moves from first to left field. So that's how we have it now. As that closes the book on Jacob Cook's day. He went 1 inning. He gave up 5 hits. 8 runs came across. 2 of them earned. He walked 2 batters. And is on the hook for this loss if Klamath Union is unable to get themselves back into this game. As Garlits will have the task of facing the middle of the Phoenix order, as it's 4-5-6 due up for the Pirates. Ian Wood, Ethan Humble, and Hunter Croy. I don't know too much about Garlits, although I do know that his job here is to stop the bleeding. He seems to be a right-handed pitcher, throwing relatively hard, a little bit shorter than Jacob Cook, so the ball isn't going to come out of his hands nearly as fast. So these Phoenix Pirates definitely going to have a different look heading into this 2nd inning. So Garlits toes the rubber. Stepping in now is Ian Wood. He was hit by a pitch, came around to score back in that first inning where Phoenix put up 8 runs. As Garlits comes sets, just pitching from the stretch this afternoon as he gets one in there. Look to have a little bit of movement on it for strike one as we look at Garlits' delivery. There he is. You see him there. Garlits kicks and fires the 0-1. That one ends up in the dirt. A ball and a strike to Ian Wood. He is not had an official at-bat yet on the day. A ball and 2 strikes to him now as, again, he was hit by a pitch earlier. Ethan Humble is on deck. He reached on an error back in the first inning. The 1-2 coming up from Garlits. He comes set, kicks and fires. That one is a ground ball, will end up foul. And today is opening day here for the Klamath Union Pelicans and many of the other Skyline Conference teams. As you take a look around the area, Henley is hosting Hidden Valley, who a couple years ago in the last full season that was played in Oregon, Hidden Valley ended up going to the state semifinal just to lose to Banks. I believe the final score was 5-1, as that one is going to end up over my head and foul. Still a ball and 2 strikes into Ian Wood. And really, if you're KU at this point, you want a guy who's going to be in there. He's going to throw some strikes, try to let your defense work for you. Get out of the inning. Try to let your offense come on back in. As Garlits comes set, kicks and fires. That one floats high. 2 balls and 2 strikes now. And as I was saying, I believe the score of that state semifinal matchup between Hidden Valley and Banks a couple years ago was 5-1. Banks would end up going on to win that state championship, along with the Triple Crown in Oregon, as Garlits gets them looking as Wood is set down on strikes for the first out this inning. Banks ended up winning the football, basketball, and baseball state champions that year, but Henley and Hidden Valley, they are playing over in the county out at Henley High School today. So if we're able to get a score update on that one later on, we will for you. Stepping into the box now for Phoenix is Ethan Humble. Reached on an error his last time. And that one is low for ball 1. And the other team in the Skyline Conference here in Klamath Falls is, of course, the Mazama Vikings. They are playing in Merlin against the North Valley Knights today. They are the only Basin team on the road this afternoon. So wishing some luck to first-year head coach Pete Whistler and those guys over there. We'll always root for our Basin teams as long as the Pelicans are playing against Henley and Mazama. We'll root for them. We always want everyone to succeed out here. Henley is poised to make another solid run deep into the playoffs as they did a couple years ago. I believe Henley ended up losing to that Banks team along their way to a state championship game. Henley, a very good squad out there, so we'll keep an eye on them as we move throughout the season. They themselves and Hidden Valley, 2 of the top dogs in the entire state in our conference. I always like to say this, and I think it's true. The Skyline Conference here in Oregon, consisting of Klamath Union, Henley, Mazama, North Valley, Hidden Valley, and this Phoenix team. The Skyline Conference, one of the toughest conferences to play, no matter what sport you're playing in Oregon. Whether it's baseball, you got about 3 of the top teams. Mazama is very good as well, aside from just Hidden Valley and Henley. As that pitch is hit high into left field, fighting the wind and making the catch was Mendoza out there in left field for the second out of the inning. And that brings up Hunter Croy. He's got 2 RBIs on the afternoon. He knocked both of them in on a double. He's 1 for 1 on the day. But, the Skyline Conference, difficult conference. Baseball, you got 3 very, very good teams. Want to go back to the football season we just played. Hidden Valley will be back in the conference next year. You've also got Henley, who had a little bit of a struggle season this past year, but played some very good teams. They are always good. And then, of course, Mazama, who just won the state championship in football, always very good there. And then you look at basketball, and that's where you start to mention schools like Klamath Union and Phoenix, as that ends up being a single into center field for Hunter Croy. First hit given up by Garlits, and a runner aboard with 2 outs in the inning, as that brings up Eli Page. But when you look at baseball, you get into the teams like when you get into basketball, Klamath Union and Phoenix, they start to become a little bit more prevalent. Klamath Union arguably was a long shot maybe, but a realistic chance to win the state championship in basketball a couple years ago. And Phoenix was one of the only teams to beat them. As Phoenix, man, some of these names that I'm looking at on this baseball roster I recognize from this game, where Phoenix shot about 75% from three-point land and ended up beating KU that day. That is a swing and a miss for a strike, I believe the second strike in this at-bat to Eli Page, who reached on an error his last time through the order. But Klamath Union, they're looking to get back to winning ways in baseball. A lot of wins back in the 70s and 80s for KU, as that one is hit out to left field, and it is over the glove of Mendoza in left. Rounding second and heading for third, he's going to have to stay there, is Croy. So a 2-out double for Page. Puts 2 runners in scoring position now. Still with 2 outs in the inning. And that will bring up Martin Scala. And looks like we're having a runner as Jones comes in to run for Page. And Scala is at the plate for Phoenix. But yeah, Klamath Union, they're looking to get back to winning ways. And it starts with this junior core. A lot of juniors on this team a lot of seniors now on this team for this Klamath Union Pelicans team, as they look to return to glory this year and build a program to come. As Jacob Cook, who was our starter this afternoon, is a senior. A second baseman, Zeke Pena, is a senior. Our shortstop, Lincoln Peterson, I believe, is a junior. Garrett Short, a senior. And our outfield, we've got Hernandez out there, and I don't know quite the grades of all of our outfielders, but a lot of seniors on this Klamath Union team that look to hopefully build this program for the next few years, because you've got Henley to compete with, you've got Mazama to compete with, everyone in the Skyline Conference who is very, very good, you've got to compete with. And even if you win your out-of-conference games, it don't matter too much in terms of playoffs, as you got to beat the teams that are in your conference. And Klamath Union has only won a handful of games these past few seasons in league play, as that one's in the dirt but blocked by Coulter. Last year, winning 7 games overall, only 3 coming in league play for Klamath Union. And the 3 games that they ended up winning were against North Valley, who didn't win a single game last year. Regardless if it was league play or not, they went 0-21. So Klamath Union was able to beat the teams they should have. But the teams that should have beat Klamath Union definitely did as well, as that has popped up right behind the bag at second base. Zeke Pena is going to grab that one and retire the side. No runs come across for Phoenix. They did get 2 hits in the inning. They leave 2 runners on. No errors committed for Klamath Union in this half inning. The score remains 8-0. You've got it right here on the Les Schwab Tires Game of the Week with live HD video on Basin.com.
It's tax time, and Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram of Klamath Falls will help you make the most of your refund. Double down! Bring us your tax refund, and we'll double it to use towards your down payment on your new vehicle purchase. And right now, choose from more new trucks and SUVs than ever, and available 0% APR financing for up to 72 months. If you live here, you get it. Double your down payment during Ram Truck Month, only at Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram of Klamath Falls.
Welcome back to the Les Schwab Tires Game of the Week on MyBasin.com. You can see Brandon Zanny warming back up onto the mound as his team leads the Klamath Union Pelicans 8-0 as we get set for the bottom of the second inning. Klamath Union went down in 4 batters last time. They did get 1 hit coming off the bat of Jacob Cook. but due up this time 5, 6, 7 in the lineup for the Pelicans. That's Yuli Hernandez, Tyson Mendoza, and Colin Garrett. Klamath Union looking to do something to get themselves back into this ball game, as they have had trouble on the defensive side of the baseball so far. As Jacob Cook again, he pitched 1 inning for KU. He only gave up 2 earned runs in that first inning, but 8 came across. You got to wonder how many of those 8 would not have come across, and even if those 2 might not have come across had his defense not committed 5 errors in the top half of that first inning, as Yuli Hernandez takes strike 1. And as we look at these Phoenix Pirates, what can you say except resiliency for these student athletes out here from the fires from this past summer devastating their area in Phoenix Talent. They had that new school built out there. I don't know if you've seen Phoenix's new high school. It is very, very nice. I've had the pleasure to be out there and talk with some of the folks out at Phoenix High School. Went to the grand opening of that new high school out there. It is extravagant. The football field is amazing, all for these Phoenix Pirates. And the fires from this past year did end up getting very, very close to this new Phoenix High School, as Yuli Hernandez goes down on strikes for the first out in this inning. And a lot of worry coming about that this past summer. But Phoenix, they were able to save the high school. They were able to save the area around the high school. But, man, a lot of students ended up losing homes. A lot of faculty ended up losing homes. And just the resiliency of the Phoenix Talent area, what these folks have gone through over this past year, you really got to hand it to them. And being mentally tough and physically tough and leaning on each other in this community is really amazing to see. And whenever you talk to someone who's from Phoenix, that is the message that you get. It was a community banded together, and great stuff to see, and resilient folks over there at Phoenix. As that pitch ends up being high to Tyson Mendoza, who's getting his first at-bat of the afternoon. And we'll see what Zanny comes with now with 2 balls and a strike. Wind up swing and a miss from Mendoza. He's got that high leg kick. I like to see that as a broadcaster. I like to see the guys charge up and take a whack at the baseball, but it didn't work out that time for Mendoza, and he takes the next pitch just inside. 3 balls, 2 strikes coming up to Tyson Mendoza. On deck is Colin Garrett. Swing and a miss for Garrett, and that is two outs now in the inning. Back-to-back Ks for Zanny. He's now got 3 on the afternoon, and in steps Colin Garrett. We'll see what Zanny is working with here, because he is throwing the ball real well. As this one, Zanny comes set. He only really likes to throw from the stretch, and that one ends up being high for ball 1. We'll try to take another look at this pitch that he's coming for. His swing and a miss. You can see, man, that pitch just gets in there so quick. Zanny has got a lot of power behind that fastball as he's ahead in the count, 0-2. Pardon me, a ball and a strike as that one misses high. 2 balls and a strike. And my apologies there for getting the count wrong. Zanny has got 3 strikeouts on the day. Only gave up 1 hit earlier, was to Jacob Cook. And up next, should he get the chance, is Drew Garlits, who took over and is now pitching for the Klamath Union Pelicans. He's on deck. That one is swung and fouled back into the wood that they're taking down, the former bleachers down the sideline here at Kiger Stadium. But the grandstand is still standing, and they should never take that place down. This place has been standing since 1948, has hosted all sorts of different Oregon Legion events. The state championship just a couple years ago, hosted some Babe Ruth state championships, as Colin Garrett goes down swinging on a 3rd strike, and striking out the side that time was Brandon Zanny. 4 on the game, And that brings us to the top of the third inning. Still 8-0. Phoenix is in the lead. You've got the Les Schwab Game of the Week on mybasin.com.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends. How to fit in. How to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Welcome back to the Les Schwab Tires Game of the Week on mybasin.com. The score after 2. It is 8-0. Phoenix is in command of this game. Due up for the Pirates in the top half of this third inning is 9-1-2. That's Dominic Champagne, Brandon Zanny, and Tristan Norris. I'm so glad that you're with us today on mybasin.com. Opening day of the 2021 season. Beautiful blue skies from Kiger Stadium. You could not ask for a better day than this. About 55 degrees it was at first pitch, down now to about 53. We're going to continue gradually cooling down, but hardly no wind this afternoon. It is just a grand day, and I am so glad that you're with us. My name is Josh Eldridge, and I'll be covering Klamath Union baseball all season long right here on mybasin.com. And it doesn't just stop at baseball. We've got football replays if you want to go back and watch some great moments from the football season. We'll also have basketball a little bit later on in the year as the OSAA decided that we're going to do things just a little bit out of order this season. We're playing football, then baseball, then basketball. So looking forward to that a little bit later on in the calendar year. But right now, just opening day. We're looking forward to a successful season from these Klamath Union Pelicans, and now is the time for them to get back on track a little bit defensively. They committed 5 errors in the opening inning, have yet to commit one since, and looking to get behind the pitcher Garlits, who starts out 0-1 to Dominic Champagne. Last time up for Champagne was a walk. He came around to score off the bat of Brandon Zanny a little bit earlier on in this game. That was back in the first inning. As Garlits comes set with the 1-0, that one is taken low for ball 2. Take a look here to see what Garlits is working with. He comes set, he kicks, he throws. That one will miss high, and Garlits just not finishing his pitch that time. It's 3-0. He's yet to walk a batter. He has given up 2 hits. He struck out 1 in his first inning of work, which was the second inning. Garlits comes set with the 3-0 pitch and ends up walking Champagne. First walk given up by Garlits so far. That puts a man at first with nobody out. Perfect opportunity for Phoenix to try to get something going. As stepping in now is Brandon Zanny. Zanny is 2 for 2 on the day and a pair of RBIs. He singled in the first and tripled in the first. It's a bit of a conference on the mound, trying to see what exactly they want to do about this Zanny problem, who's at the plate right now. This game, of course, brought to you in part by Les Schwab Tires. They know that winter weather can slow you down, but Les Schwab has got the right tires to get you where you need to go safely. They're home with the best tire value promise. Les Schwab Tires, they've been doing the right thing since 1952 as we come out of the winter season. Got to get your tires changed. Les Schwab Tires, that's the place to do it. Garlits comes set to Zanny. He fires one in there. He misses low and away for ball 1. And you look at Brandon Zanny, who's already 2 for 2 on the season, on this game. He's already got a pair of RBIs. He's tripled once already. He singled to lead off the game as the next pitch to him is high. That's 2-0 now. Zanny is a dangerous bat at the top of this Phoenix order as he awaits his 2-0 pitch. Kicks, fires. That one is just high. Oh boy, that was a close one, and I'm sure Garlits would have liked that one to be called a strike, but it did look a little bit high. It's a fair call. 3 balls and no strikes. And this will be the 8th pitch of the inning for Garlits and the first strike of the inning for Garlits. 3 balls and a strike now into Zanny. On deck is Tristan Norris, who's 1 for 1 on the day. He reached on an error back in the first. But, of course, right now, Garlits just focused on Zanny and kicks and fires the 3-1. That will miss inside. Another walk. 2 men on with nobody out. For Phoenix, they lead 8-0. Back-to-back walks brings up Tristan Norris. Norris is he's 1 for 2 on the day. He doubled home an RBI back in the first and also reached on an error, came around to score back in the first inning. As he lets that one find the zone for strike 1. The pitch from Garlits looked to be a little bit of an off-speed pitch, but it looked nice. As Garlits is looking to find his way out of this inning. Still no outs, 2 runners on, both via a walk. And the score 8-0. Phoenix is in the lead. As the pitch from Garlits laid down a bunt. Garlits takes it on a hop. He turns to throw to first. The throw to Cook is in time, but both runners advance. 1 out in the inning. As Garlits, he made a nice throw on to first, but Norris doing his job. 1-3 on the ground out, the first out in the inning, but he moves Zanny to second and Champagne to third. Now as the middle of the order comes up for Phoenix, that's exactly really what you want if you're a Pirates fan. That is now Monty Spence stepping in. Spence is 0 for 2. He grounded out and struck out thus far, both coming back in the first inning as the Pirates batted 12 back in that first inning, and Monty Spence was 2 of those outs. And looking now to try to get back into it as Garlits a chance to try to find the second out in the inning off of a man who's grounded out and struck out. On deck is Ian Wood. A sizable lead for Champagne off of third for Phoenix. As Garlits comes set, kicks and fires from the stretch. Coulter blocks that one, keeps it in front of him. A great play there. Is now 2 balls and no strikes. I believe that's the count. As Garlits looking to find the strike zone. He did a good job of finding the strike zone in that second inning. Had some guys put the ball in play. His outs came via a strikeout and 2 flyouts. 1 to shortstop and 1 to left field. So that's just a matter of Garlits having to find the zone and do it consistently. Let Phoenix hit the ball and let your defense do a little bit of the work, because these 2 men on right now both got on board from walks. You throw some strikes in there, maybe you get them to hit it. Maybe they do get on base, but you also might be able to get yourself a ground out, a fly out, what have you. So the 3 balls and no strikes. The pitch in does find the zone. So the 4th pitch of the at-bat was the one that struck gold against Monty Spence. Found the zone, did Garlits. He's looking to find a couple more of those and just try to consistently throw strikes. When you're down by 8, the best thing you could do is throw strikes, not dig yourself a bigger hole, as that one actually came in and hit Spence. He will be awarded first base, so that loads him up for the cleanup hitter, Ian Wood. And it looks to me like we're going to have a meeting at the mound. It's Coach Overstreet talking to Garlits out there, and curious as to what he might be saying, as he has loaded the bases up. None of them have come off of base hits. It's been 2 walks and a hit batsman. This game is brought to you in part by Coldwell Banker Home and Premier Realty. Little things can add up to big bills when buying, selling, or owning a home, and Coldwell Banker Premier Realty's exclusive Beyond the Sale guarantees protect buyers, sellers, and homeowners from unexpected repair bills. To learn more, call Coldwell Banker Home and Premier Realty today, as the conference on the mound seems to have concluded. Now stepping in for the Pirates is the cleanup hitter, Ian Wood, as on third it's Champagne, on second it's Zanny, and on third it's Monty Spence. 1 out in the inning. First pitch coming up to Ian Wood. Again, the cleanup hitter getting a chance to clean him up. The first pitch into him is low. Coulter blocks it, and that is an important block coming there for Coulter. And I always respect the catcher who's going to put in a little bit of work behind the plate, especially in a situation like this. Personally, as when I caught in high school and pony ball, things like that, I always played catcher and can always respect a kid who likes to get in front of the baseball and block it and really just dedicate himself to the catcher position as he frames that pitch nicely for strike one into Ian Wood. A little bit of an off-speed pitch coming out from Garlits, or maybe he's just trying to rein in the velocity a little bit and find the strike zone. That's all you have to do if you're Garlits, as that one just inside. Just inside. 2 balls and a strike into Ian Wood, who was hit in the first inning and struck out back in the second inning. 2 balls and a strike to him as that one comes inside and misses. 3 balls and a strike. And what you don't want to do here, or ever really, it should be obvious to say, but you can't walk in a run here and put them up by 9. You got to make Phoenix earn these runs at this point in the ball game. The 3-1 pitch coming from Garlits is hit hard, and it's into left field. That'll bring 1 run in, maybe 2, as Zanny rounds third. He's heading for home, and he gets in there standing up. The throw into third is late. A 2 RBI single coming up for Ian Wood, and that's why they call him the cleanup hitter. Brings up Ethan Humble. That also puts Spence on third. The first pitch into Ethan Humble as Garlits kicks, he fires. That one is swung on and fouled back. 0-1. Still 1 out in the inning. The score is 10-0. Phoenix is in the lead. We are in the top of the third inning between Klamath Union and Phoenix. I'm glad that you're with us this afternoon on mybasin.com for opening day of Klamath Union baseball. Garlits comes set with the 0-1. He kicks, he fires. That one is swung on and missed for strike 2. And Garlits now looking for maybe a double play, although you'll take a strikeout too if you're Garlits. He's already got 1 on the game. It came against Ian Wood back in the second inning. As Garlits, he's coming set. He kicks and fires. That one is a high fastball, but you get someone like Ethan Humble to try to go chase that one. It's still 0-2. That's the count as we come to you live from Kiger Stadium today, home of the Oregon Tech Hustlin' Owls. And the Owls have pretty much split all of their home season series so far this season. They play again later on this weekend, and we'll give you a look at that matchup a little bit later on in this inning, as that one is taken low and away for ball 1. A ball and 2 strikes now into Ethan Humble, who is 0 for 2 on the day. He reached on an error back in the first and flew out to left field back in the second. Is Ethan Humble, the right fielder for the Pirates. He is the 5th batter in the order and the 6th batter this inning for Phoenix. Cayden Coulter gets in front of it. Advancing from first to second is Ian Wood. That is the second ball as well. 2 balls and 2 strikes. One out in the inning. That gets rid of the double play possibility as well. That one is chopped at. Will go foul from Ethan Humble. On deck is Hunter Croy. Croy is 2 for 2 on the day, as the Phoenix Pirates lead 10-0 in the top of the third inning. Only 4 of these runs are earned. That one low in the dirt. 3 balls and 2 strikes, full count coming up for Ethan Humble, as Garlits has had a little bit of trouble finding the strike zone this inning. Looking to try to just put one in the zone here, as Humble has got a big swing. You can find a hole in it if you're Garlits. The pitch, it is lofted up into left field. We'll see if they decide to tag up, and a run does come in to score. That's Spence. Sacrifice fly is just what you want if you are Phoenix. They now lead 11-0. Well, that brings up Hunter Croy. And it looks like we've got a substitution, maybe a pitching change coming up for the Klamath Union Pelicans. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back with you, and we will get the substitutions coming up here in just a minute as we continue the top of the third inning. Phoenix leads 11-0 in the Les Schwab Tires Game of the Week with live HD video on mybasin.com.
Threads. There are many threads that run through our region. There are churches and schools and Little League teams that bring us together and bind us into communities. There are roads and cars, there are houses and jobs and businesses, all woven together to make the fabric of our communities. There are financial threads that are part of that tapestry as well. For over 80 years, it's been our pleasure to be headquartered here, providing financial services to generations of our friends and neighbors. From that first savings account to retirement planning and all of the cars and houses and groceries in between, we keep your money local, investing it back into our communities, adding more threads to the fabric to make our communities stronger. Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union. Find your path.
New pitcher on the mound for the Klamath Union Pelicans. It's Lincoln Peterson. As you can see him throwing his warm-up pitches out there right now. He inherits a game that Klamath Union has had trouble getting into. The score 11-0, the Phoenix Pirates lead. We're in the top of the third inning with 2 outs as Peterson comes in relief of Garlits, who's responsible for the runner at second, which is Ian Wood. Garlits gave up 3 hits on the day and 8 total on the afternoon for Phoenix. He also gave up 3 runs, all of them earned. Then again, he's responsible for the man out there at second is Garlits. So that's where we stand right now as Peterson comes in to face his first assignment in Hunter Croy, who is 2 for 2. He's got himself 2 RBIs, both coming back in the first inning, as the first pitch to him is fouled back from Lincoln Peterson. The Pirates lead 11-0 after 2 2/3 rather. As Lincoln Peterson comes set with the 0-1 into Hunter Croy. Croy swings, fouls one down the first base line, 0-2 now. As you take a look at Lincoln Peterson, we'll try to see what he decides to throw here. As Coulter still catching, a right-handed thrower. The 0-2 is swung on and fouled back. So you can see he's got the high leg kick there coming off the mound that generates some power. Still 0-2 to Hunter Croy. Lincoln Peterson coming set with the 0-2. That one is sent out past second base, past the outstretched glove of Zeke Pena. Coming around into score is Wood, and he does so. That's an RBI single for Hunter Croy. $12-0 now, as that was a 2-strike count against Croy as well. He's now 3 for 3 with 3 RBIs on the day. Still 2 outs in the inning. That brings up Eli Page for the Pirates. As credit that run not to Lincoln Peterson, but instead to Garlits. And finding the zone on the first pitch of this at-bat was Lincoln Peterson. So now you can close the book on Garlits. He gave up 4 runs, all 4 of them earned. He allowed 3 hits. He struck out 1 and walked 3 in his 1 2/3 innings pitch. But now it's up to Lincoln Peterson to try to get the Pelicans out of this inning. The next pitch to Eli Page was just a bit outside for ball 1. It's a ball and a strike now to the 7-hitter, Eli Page. He is 1 for 2 on the day. He reached on an error, drove in an RBI back in the first, and doubled in the second. Eli Page looking at strike 2. A ball and 2 strikes now into the Phoenix second baseman. On deck, should he get the chance to hit this inning, is Martin Scala. The pitch from Peterson, swung on and missed, and Klamath Union finally getting out of that inning, but not before 4 runs come across in the inning. The score now 12-0. Phoenix in that inning. 1, 2, 3 hits. They left 1 runner on, and no errors committed in that inning for Klamath Union. We head to the bottom half of the third with Phoenix leading 12-0.
If you're trying to lose some weight and get in shape, Harbor Isles Tennis and Fitness Club is the best place to do it. Harbor has state-of-the-art equipment, plus certified personal trainers to help you achieve your goals safely and quickly. They also have indoor tennis and pickleball courts, and tons of group exercise classes to help you have fun while you get in shape. When you're done with your workout, stop by their smoothie bar to get a nutritious boost. See and feel the difference at Harbor Isles Tennis and Fitness Club. It's the place to be.
And we welcome you back to mybasin.com, Les Schwab Tires Game of the Week. We are through 2.5 innings, I should say, rather. So far for Phoenix, they've got 12 runs on 9 hits. They have yet to commit an error. They've left 4 runners on base. For Klamath Union, no runs on 1 hit. They've committed 5 errors, and they've left 1 runner on base. As we get set for this 4th inning, due up in the Klamath Union order, 8-9-1. That's Drew Garlits, Zeke Pena, and Garrett Short. And still on the mound for these Phoenix Pirates is Brandon Zanny. He's had a chance to rest in between innings as his offense has done a great job of keeping Zanny rested, unless you're a pitcher who likes to find a rhythm, in which case you're not really pleased if you're Zanny because he hasn't been able to find a rhythm, although he has pitched very, very well to this point. The leadoff hitter, Drew Garlits, is ahead in the count 1-0. The second pitch is a strike, a ball and 1 strike. So far, Zanny's only given up 1 hit. He struck out 4, has yet to walk a batter. He struck out the side his last inning out back in the second. That pitch ends up missing. 2 balls and a strike now to Drew Garlits. He started in right field. We saw him pitch a little bit, too. And now back in right field is Garlits after a substitution put Lincoln Peterson on the mound. Swing and a miss, and that is strike 2 to Garlits. And on deck is Zeke Pena, the 9-hole hitter for Klamath Union. That ball misses high. In danger of giving up his first walk is Brandon Zanny, who again, you're up by 12. All you got to do is get in there, throw strikes just like he just did, and he's going to end up getting Garlits looking for the first out this inning. That's 4 strikeouts in a row for Zanny, 5 on the game, and he is absolutely dealing out there. Well, tough to see him behind wood. Swing and a miss for Zeke Pena in his first plate appearance of the season. And obviously this is opening day for Klamath Union. On Saturday, they've got a doubleheader at Phoenix High School, as you usually play game on Wednesday at one site and then 2 on Saturday at the opposite venue. So for Klamath Union, that means we are against Phoenix at home this week on Wednesday. We're in Phoenix on Saturday. And then next week against Henley, that's next week's opponent, they play in the county on Wednesday and then back here at Kiger on Saturday for a doubleheader. Is a swing and a miss for Pena. That is 5 strikeouts in a row for Zanny. Back to the top of the order now, as that brings up Garrett Short. 6 strikeouts total for Zanny, and we've got a Henley softball score. As I want to give a quick shout to Brian Gailey for getting us this score. Henley softball leads 14-0 so far. They're in the third inning, and of course here in this game, Phoenix is up 12-0 over Klamath Union with 2 outs to go in the bottom of the third. Garrett Short hits a ground ball out to short, backhanded. The throw on to Wood. It is high. Garrett Short beats out an infield single. Another hit for KU, first one of the season for Garrett Short. And that will now bring up Cayden Coulter, who struck out his last time through. You get yourself a look at Short. Obviously, baseball runs in his family. His brother playing on the Falcons, and Garrett out on the Falcons this past summer. Been doing basketball camp. He ended up missing football, preparing just for baseball and basketball. As Cayden Coulter swings and misses at strike one at the plate. But Garrett Short back at first now. Always looking good, trying to keep that batting average up. He's .500 for the year after 1 for 2 so far. That one is flared out close to us and will drop foul. Our broadcasting station down the patio here at Kiger Stadium, and definitely can get some foul balls a little bit close to us. I thought I might have to make a play on that one, but luckily I didn't have to too much. And that is strike 3 looking to Cayden Coulter. No runs, 1 hit in the inning for Klamath Union. They leave a man stranded as we head to the top of the fourth. Phoenix leads 12-0 on the Les Schwab Tires Game of the Week on mybasin.com.
Sure glad we went to Les Schwab.
I'm glad the baby's still happy.
Well, I'm just glad that along with tires, Les Schwab also does brakes, alignment, and a bunch of other safety services. I mean, if we'd gone to a cheap tire store instead, I'd be a doggone wreck.
My thoughts exactly.
Thanks, kiddo.
Give everyone peace of mind on the road. Swing by or book online. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
Welcome back to the top of the fourth inning. That's what we're getting ready for here on mybasin.com. The score 12-0. Phoenix has done it on 9 hits. No errors given up by the Pirates for KU. No runs on 2 hits. They've committed 5 errors thus far in this game. As we flip the lineup card over, Lincoln Peterson still on the bump for Klamath Union. He's got to face Martin Scala, Dominic Champagne, and Brandon Zanny. Get things started. Again, Martin Scala, I believe, due up to start things off for Phoenix. I want to confirm that real quick. But either way, it's going to be the bottom third of the order for Phoenix. Just a matter of whether it's 8 or 9 leading things off in this inning. And it will be Scala. Scala is 0 for 2 on the day. He reached on an error earlier in the ball game and also flew out to short in the second. Lincoln Peterson on the mound. Most of Klamath Union's pitchers today, by the way, going from the stretch. Not too many guys winding up today. As the first pitch into Scala is taken for ball 1. Want to know the count to Scala. Again, he does have an RBI on the day back at the error in the first. And reached there. He was stranded at second. Eventually he flew out to short back in the second inning. That pitch missing, down in the dirt, 2 balls and no strikes. Peterson so far gave up a single, and he has struck a man out. Looking to continue the trend of just throwing strikes in this game. That's what you got to do when you're down by 12. Just get your pitchers to continue throwing strikes. Let the defense work. Don't let Phoenix get unearned runs. They've scored 12 today. 7 of them are earned. That one is hit hard by Scala into left field, but caught by Mendoza. First out in the inning. And that's exactly what you're looking for if you're Peterson. A lot of F7s today for Phoenix as Mendoza has been busy. That brings up Dominic Champagne. The first pitch from Peterson is a strike. 0-1. And I'll say it again, one last time. That's all you want to do if you're Peterson. Continue throwing strikes. Let your defense work. You want to get in and out of this inning. And, KU, they do have 5 errors, but you still got to trust your defense if you're Lincoln Peterson. And he knows that. I mean, he committed one of the errors in the second inning, rather. A throwing error to first, and he knows it better than anyone. Just got to trust your defense. Sometimes it's tough to make a play on a ball, but you still got to trust them as that one ends up going fouled back. 0-2 the count now to Dominic Champagne. Top of the fourth inning, Phoenix leads 12-0. Still one out in this inning. Lincoln Peterson on the mound, the third pitcher to come out today for Klamath Union. They started the game with Jacob Cook, and Garlits took over for him after the first inning. And here's Lincoln Peterson, gets a strikeout looking, and that was a beautiful breaking pitch to Champagne for the second out in the inning and the first strikeout of the day for Lincoln Peterson. Always looking good. That's what you want to see from the shortstop turned pitcher in this game. But now you got one of the toughest bats in the order due up for Phoenix. It's Brandon Zanny. He is 2 for 3 on the day. He rockets one out to center field, but making the catch is Garrett. Colin Garrett makes himself useful and catches that one right under it. Pretty much hit right at him as 1-2-3 go the Pirates in this fourth inning, and that's what Klamath Union is looking for. As we head to the bottom of the fourth inning, the score is still 12-0. Phoenix is in the lead.
It's tax time! And Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram of Klamath Falls will help you make the most of your refund. Double down! Bring us your tax refund and we'll double it to use towards your down payment on your new vehicle purchase. And right now, choose from more new trucks and SUVs than ever and available 0% APR financing for up to 72 months. If you live here, you get it! Double your down payment during Ram Truck Month only at Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram of Klamath Falls.
Bottom of the fourth inning, 3-4-5 due up in the KU order. That's Jacob Cook, Lincoln Peterson, and Yuli Hernandez. As Klamath Union try to get themselves back into this game, they trail 12-0. You see the man on your screen right now is Brandon Zanny. He has pitched a fine baseball game so far. He's given up 2 hits, 7 strikeouts, no runs yet on the board for Klamath Union. KU has stranded 2 base runners this afternoon. Jacob Cook stepping in, and it's the left-handed hitting Jacob Cook, one of the few left-handed hitters. Jacob Cook gets just an inch under that one. Making the play is the Phoenix shortstop, Wilcox. 1 out in the inning. And that will bring up Lincoln Peterson. Started this game at short. Is now the pitcher for the Pelicans. And is 0 for 1 on the day so far. He flew out to right field to end the first inning. Now getting his second shot at things here in the fourth. As that one ends up foul. No balls and a strike now to Lincoln Peterson. Again, 0 for 1 on the day. Only a pair of hits for KU. One credited to Garrett Short, and the other to Jacob Cook, who we just saw fly out. As that pitch is in the dirt, a ball and a strike now to Lincoln Peterson. And I mentioned today that we are playing at Kiger Stadium. Of course, it is home also to not only the Klamath Union Pelicans, as that one is hit back up the middle. A base hit for Lincoln Peterson. As right as I go to talk about our neighbors here at Kiger, our roommates, so to speak. Lincoln Peterson gets on board with a single, only the third hit of the day for KU, but it comes with one out in the fourth, bringing up Yuli Hernandez. But as I'd mentioned, we've got some roommates here at Kiger Stadium. The Oregon Tech Owls, as the first pitch into Hernandez goes for a strike. The Oregon Tech Owls are 14-20 on the season. They've got a game coming up this weekend. As a matter of fact, it is on the road at the College of Idaho. As that next pitch is in the zone for a strike, 0-2. So the Owls are in Caldwell on Saturday and Sunday. They don't return home until a bit later on in the season on May 1st, as that is a strikeout going into the books, by the way, for Yuli Hernandez, as he got him swinging. 2 outs now in the inning, bringing up Tyson Mendoza. Strike finds the zone. Mendoza down 0-1 in the count. And always nice to see the Owls doing well, 14-20. Could be doing a little bit better, obviously, but Coach Garces in his first year for the Owls doing what he can. He recruited a solid freshman class, so a couple years down the line, watch out. Oregon Tech's going to be dangerous in the Cascade Collegiate Conference. But, of course, Klamath Union looking to be dangerous in the Skyline Conference. As that one, looked to be very low to Mendoza. Instead is a strikeout looking, and that retires the side. Wow. Very low pitch. Retires the side. 8 strikeouts now for Brandon Zanny. As we head to break, the top of the 5th inning is coming your way on the Les Schwab Tires Game of the Week, mybasin.com. Phoenix leads 12-0.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Lincoln Peterson entering his 3rd inning of work right now. He has yet to give up a run, but his team still trails 12-0. The Phoenix Pirates in commanding control of this one as we enter the top of the 5th inning from Kiger Stadium, built all the way back in 1948, the site of today's opening day matchup between the Klamath Union Pelicans and the Phoenix Pirates. And KU would have obviously loved to start this game out a little bit differently than they did, although here they are. They've still got to battle back into this one. Still some baseball left to be played. And I will say this, having not done a baseball game in about 2 years, as that's the last high school baseball game that took place. Having not done a baseball game in about 2 years, I've done a lot of sports with timers, where you have to play against the other team, and if you're down, you end up having to play against the clock. And one of the things that I love about baseball is that you never have to play against the clock. The game is not over until the final out is recorded. So Phoenix still has got Klamath Union to worry about here, as even though they're up 12-0 over the Pelicans, you never know when lightning might strike for KU. As Lincoln Peterson toes the rubber, due up this inning for Phoenix, the 2, 3, and 4 hitters, as Tristan Norris takes ball 1. The 1-0 count to the 1-0 pitch, to Norris is coming up from Peterson, who kicks, fires, misses in the dirt for ball 2. Peterson did a good job of throwing strikes that last inning, retired him 1, 2, 3, and that's what you want to see. Just continue to throw strikes for Peterson. He's behind in the count 2-0 right now. Missed a couple times fairly close to the zone. Now it is a swing and a miss. That's what you want to see from Peterson when you're down this much. You can't really worry about being too fancy. Just got to stick around the zone, and same for Phoenix for that matter. Continue throwing strikes there, and hopefully KU can put something together as that pitch ends up in the dirt. The 2-1 now to 3-1 as Tristan Norris, who is 1 for 3 on the day. He reached on an error. He's grounded out, and he's doubled home a run earlier in the game. The 3-1 pitch to him from Peterson is hit back up the middle into center field for a base hit. 10th hit of the afternoon for Phoenix. That one coming off the bat of Norris. A leadoff single in the 5th brings up Monty Spence. Spence awaiting the first pitch of this at-bat. He takes strike 1 on the outside corner. Spence, a right-handed hitter. He started the game today at third base. He is 0-for on the afternoon. He did reach after being hit by a pitch back in the 3rd. He has grounded out and struck out in his 2 other plate appearances. The 0-1 coming from Lincoln Peterson. He kicks, fires in just a bit outside. That's a ball and a strike now. The 1-1 comes in and hits Monty Spence. That's the second time he's been hit by a pitch today, and will allow Norris to move up. Brings up Ian Wood. Wood has had a great day at the plate. 2 RBI single back in the 3rd. He has struck out and walked in his 2 other plate appearances. Ian Wood was stranded at second base his last voyage around the base paths. Peterson looking to find the strike zone here. The first pitch of the at-bat ends up being high. It is 1-0. Twelve to nothing the score in the top of the 5th inning. Lincoln Peterson behind in the count 1-0 to Ian Wood. That pitch low and in the dirt for ball 2. And Peterson looking to try and find the zone here. He's given up a single already in this inning, and he hit Monty Spence, who's now standing back at first base. And due up after Wood is Ethan Humble. So the middle of the order for Phoenix. That one is swung on and missed. 2 balls and a strike to Ian Wood. As it's Wood, Humble, and Croy. 4, 5, 6, the next 3 folks up for Phoenix. Still nobody out in this inning. The 2-1 is swung on, and it's chopped over the head of Garrett short to third. They're rounding his man around third. The no play at home and no play at third either. So Norris comes around to score. Spence moves up to third on the RBI single from Ian Wood. That is his 3rd RBI on the day. Runners now at first and third. Nobody out in this inning, as that's Peterson's first couple of runs, or first run rather, given up in this inning. Still nobody out. That brings up Ethan Humble, who is 0-for 2 on the day. He did bring in an RBI on a sacrifice fly earlier on in the game. Other than that, has flown out to left field twice today. The first pitch into Humble comes in and hits him, and that will load the bases. That's the second hit batsman for Peterson this inning. And will load the bases for Hunter Croy, who's got 3 RBIs on the day. He's 3 for 3. He's got a pair of singles and a double back in the first. He scored 2 runs off that double and 1 off of a single back in the 3rd inning. A chance to do a little bit of more damage here as Croy swings, takes a big hack at it, but fouls it off 0-1. Appreciate you being with us this afternoon on mybasin.com. Home for KU baseball all season long, and next week we'll also be on air on 104.3 FM and 960 AM on the radio. Your radio home for KU baseball all season long, as it's a ball and a strike to Hunter Croy, who is again 3 for 3 on the day and 3 RBIs, a pair of singles and a double for him, as the 1-1 pitch comes in and finds the zone. Now a ball and 2 strikes to Croy. On deck is Eli Page. And you look at Page, he has doubled today. He's also struck out and reached on an error. He's the man on deck. But right now, Hunter Croy awaiting the 1-2 from Lincoln Peterson. The pitch is in the dirt. It gets past Coulter, but no one is moving. It's still 2 balls and 2 strikes now to Hunter Croy. And talk about this KU team, what they expect for the season. Again, a 3-game series in the Skyline Conference. You play 1 game on Wednesdays, and you play 2 on Saturdays at the opposite site. This week, of course, KU playing Phoenix. Will be in Phoenix on Saturday. And then Henley next week. And after that, I believe it's Hidden Valley and then Mazama. So schedule ahead for KU. You don't get a break in Skyline Conference play. And yes, it is just opening day, and it looks to just potentially be 1 game for KU. They're down 13-0 as Hunter Croy goes down looking, and that's a big strikeout for Lincoln Peterson, his 2nd of the day. First out in this inning brings up Eli Page. On deck is Scala. But Page, like I said, he doubled back in the 2nd, struck out in the 3rd, reached on an error back in the 1st innings. Bases still loaded, and swing and a miss on the first pitch offered up by Page, and he's down in the count 0-1. Bases loaded, 13-0 the score. Phoenix leads just 1 out in the top of the 5th inning. Lincoln Peterson on the mound for Klamath Union. He kicks and fires the 0-1. That one finds the zone high and in. 0-2. And what a way out of this inning it would be. Don't want to speak too soon for Peterson, but a big pitch coming up for him. The 0-2, bases loaded to Eli Page. Kicks, fires, does Peterson. That one is hit off the inside of the bat. Infield fly rule is in effect. Pena puts it away regardless. There's now 2 outs in the inning. Bases remain loaded. In comes Martin Scala, who has reached on an error back in the 1st. He's flown out twice, once to shortstop and once to left field since then. Peterson 1 out away from leaving the bases loaded, and that would be one heck of a feat in this game. That pitch, the first one to Scala, is high for ball 1. Infield playing almost on the edge of the outfield grass. That's at least where the shortstop and second baseman are for Klamath Union, and Jacob Cook back on the grass as well. Garrett Short playing about midway through the infield back at third base. As that one is fisted to Garrett Short, he misses the ground ball. 1 run will come in to score on the error by Garrett Short. Martin Scala reaching on another E5. Credit another RBI to him. 14-0 now, as it's still bases loaded. Another error for KU. That's 6 on the afternoon, and brings in Martin Spence. Up to the plate now is Dominic Champagne, who has walked twice and struck out once so far this afternoon. So a run coming in on that last play for Phoenix, making the score 14-0. Looked to be a routine ground ball for Garrett Short, but took an awkward bounce. He couldn't handle it, and now as Champagne steps into the box, he looks at strike 1 from Peterson. So another run came in this inning, though it is unearned. Only 1 earned run given up by Peterson, 2 unearned. He's got 2 strikeouts and 1 walk on the day. That pitch comes in just a bit outside the ball, and a strike now to Dominic Champagne. And we do have a score update from the game out in the county, Henley and Hidden Valley. I've alluded to that game quite a few times today. We've got a score update, and I will let you know about it here at the end of this inning. Just got a text message. Shout out to Brian Gailey for getting that text message to me. Check it in just a minute. Get those scores for you folks who are with us this afternoon. 2 balls and 1 strike, though, into Dominic Champagne, who has yet to record a base hit today, though has been on base twice by 2 walks. He's ahead in the count now, 3 balls and a strike after that one missed inside the offering from Peterson. And again, with the bases loaded, could be walking in a run here. Phoenix already up 14-0. And if you're Peterson, not what you're looking for, as Peterson from the stretch. The 3-1 is going to catch the zone. just on the outside part of the plate. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The payoff pitch is coming up. Runners will likely be on the move with 2 outs in the inning. And now the battle just between Peterson and Champagne. The 3-2 coming up is swung on and missed, and Lincoln Peterson leaves the bases loaded on a big strikeout to end the inning. 2 runs do come across as we head to the bottom of the 5th, and 1 error in the inning for Klamath Union, but they do strand the bases loaded for Phoenix. The Pirates lead 14-0 over the Klamath Union Pelicans. You're watching the Les Schwab Tires Game of the Week on mybasin.com. Leave it here.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah!
Be great.
Participate!
Welcome back to the Les Schwab Tires Game of the Week on mybasin.com. The score through 4.5 is 14-0. Phoenix is in the lead. New man on the mound for the Pirates. It's Monty Spence. That closes the book on Brandon Zanny, who went 4 innings, gave up 3 hits. He struck out 7. No runs came across for Klamath Union while Zanny was out on the mound. And again, bringing up Monty Spence, he comes in relief in what could be the last inning of this game if Klamath Union doesn't score at least 5 runs, as the Mercy Roll in Oregon is 10 runs after 5 innings. And we'll see what KU can get going with Colin Garrett, Drew Garlits, and Zeke Pena up this inning for KU. And I said I'd talk about what's going on out in the county as Henley and Hidden Valley are going after it. Hidden Valley is up after 5. They lead 5-0. They've only allowed 1 hit from the Henley Hornets. So far, Hidden Valley's got 5 runs on 5 hits, no errors. Henley, no runs, 1 hit, and no errors. Apology there. 5-0 the score. Hidden Valley out in the county. But this one is a little bit of a different story. Phoenix up 14-0 after 4.5 innings. They've got a new man on the mound and facing the bottom of the order for Klamath Union. Colin Garrett to lead things off. Then it's Drew Garlits. Then it's Zeke Pena. Again, Klamath Union's got to get 5 runs in this inning or opening day is a loss for KU, as the first pitch into Colin Garrett is a strike low in the zone from Spence. A little bit shorter than Zanny. He seems to move a lot quicker on the mound, though, as that's another swing and a miss from Colin Garrett. The center fielder batting in the 7-hole today. He is 0 for 1, struck out back in the 2nd. Next pitch from Spence is high out of the zone. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. As the wind starts to pick up, it's blowing out towards the right field fence at Kiger Stadium. 325 down the foul pole, 350 to right center field as a strikeout to start things off against Colin Garrett. Spence 1K on the game for him. That brings up Drew Garlits. And it wouldn't be Klamath Falls in the summer without the mids flies out, and that's for dang sure. Just saw my first one hanging out on my phone, and you love them and you hate them at the same time out here at Kiger Stadium, as that one ends up low in the zone, a ball and a strike. As we start to cool down just a little bit, temperature at first pitch today was 55 degrees. Now we're down at 51, as that's a swing and a miss at that pitch from Drew Garlits. Luckily, we're not getting any colder in the Klamath Basin. The next couple days, if you just want to look at the weather specifically, it's going to warm up nicely. Could get up in the mid-70s by this weekend, so always nice weather coming up in the Klamath Basin. And the next pitch from Spence, swung on and missed. Back-to-back strikeouts to begin this 5th inning, as Garlits goes down swinging. That brings up Zeke Pena, the final hope for KU this afternoon, as he has struck out once already today. It was to the hands of Brandon Zanny back in the third inning. Monty Spence is pitching from the windup. The first guy we've seen today who pitches out of the windup. He fires in a strike against Zeke Pena, the senior. Pena, part of the football team as well. He just celebrated senior night on Friday. Pena watches that one low in the zone, a ball and a strike. Klamath Union football graduating 10 seniors at the end of the season past Friday, and Zeke Pena was one of them. Pena fouls back, strike number 2, and now the Pelicans down to their final strike of the afternoon. A ball and 2 strikes to Zeke Pena from Monty Spence. On deck, should he get the chance, is Garrett Short. The pitch into Pena is swung on and missed, and that should be the game this afternoon. And it is. The final this afternoon is 14-0. Phoenix ended up grabbing the win in this one. We will take a recap of everything we saw earlier today and throughout this game. Coming up on the post-game show, the final today, 14-0. Phoenix wins on the Les Schwab Tires Game of the Week on My Basin.
Sure glad we went to Les Schwab.
I'm glad the baby's still happy.
Well, I'm just glad that along with tires, Les Schwab also does brakes, alignment, and a bunch of other safety services. I mean, if we'd gone to a cheap tire store instead, I'd be a doggone wreck.
My thoughts exactly.
Thanks, kiddo.
Give everyone peace of mind on the road. Swing by or book online. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
If you're trying to lose some weight and get in shape, Harbor Isles Tennis and Fitness Club is the best place to do it. Harbor has state-of-the-art equipment, plus certified personal trainers to help you achieve your goals safely and quickly. They also have indoor tennis and pickleball courts, and tons of group exercise classes to help you have fun while you get in shape. When you're done with your workout, stop by their smoothie bar to get a nutritious boost. See and feel the difference at Harbor Isles Tennis and Fitness Club. It's the place to be.
It's tax time, and Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram of Klamath Falls will help you make the most of your refund. Double down! Bring us your tax refund, and we'll double it to use towards your down payment on your new vehicle purchase. And right now, choose from more new trucks and SUVs than ever, and available 0% APR financing for up to 72 months. If you live here, you get it! Double your down payment during Ram Truck Month, only at Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram of Klamath Falls.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Welcome back to the Les Schwab Tires Game of the Week on MyBasin.com. The final today from Kiger Stadium, 14-0. Phoenix won. Phoenix got 14 runs on 11 hits. They didn't commit a single error. They left 7 runners on base. For Klamath Union, no runs on 2 hits. They committed 6 errors and left 3 runners on base. The winning pitcher today was Brandon Zanny of the Phoenix Pirates. He went 4 innings, gave up 3 hits. He struck out 7, did not walk anyone, obviously gave up no hits in a combined shutout for the Pirates. Coming in relief of him, not good enough for a save, but still a nice relief appearance for Monty Spence. Just pitching the 1 inning and striking out 3 for Phoenix, rather. On the other side, the losing pitcher today, it's going to have to be Jacob Cook, even though he only pitched 1 inning. He did give up 5 hits, 8 runs in that first inning. Only 2 of them came earned. He walked 2. He's our losing pitcher today. Garlits came in relief of him. He pitched 1 2/3 innings. He gave up 3 hits, 5 runs, all 5 of them earned, and struck out 1 and walked 3. Lincoln Peterson came in relief of him and pitched what would be the final about 3 1/3 innings for Klamath Union. He gave up 2 hits, 2 runs. Only one of them was earned. He struck out 2 and walked 1 in an effort that, for just Klamath Union, was not good enough to get a win on opening day. Lucky enough for Klamath Union, they get a chance to do it all again on Saturday when they play these Phoenix Pirates again in Phoenix. As we take a look at the batting totals now for Klamath Union, starting at the top of the order, Garrett Short finished 1 for 2 on the day. He grounded out and singled back in the third. Cayden Coulter went 0 for 2. Jacob Cook finished 1 for 2. He had a hit back in the first and flew out in the fourth. Lincoln Peterson also finished 1 for 2. Yuli Hernandez, Tyson Mendoza, Colin Garrett, Garlits, and Zeke Pena all finished 0 for 2 on the day in a game that was won on the mound for Phoenix and lost on the defense for Klamath Union. 6 errors in the first game of the season. Now, you haven't played in 2 years. You see 6 errors, and it is what it is there for Phoenix. Of these 14 runs, by my count, and again, this is unofficial, 8 of those 14 are earned, which 8 earned runs is quite the showing for Phoenix. But when you say 6 unearned runs, that's when you start to look into scary territory for Klamath Union. They've got some time to fix some things as their next matchup is on Saturday against the Phoenix Pirates. We're going to take one more break, and then we'll send you on your way on the Les Schwab Tires Game of the Week on MyBasin.com. The final afternoon from Kiger, 14-0, Phoenix wins.
Threads. There are many threads that run through our region. There are churches and schools and Little League teams that bring us together and bind us into communities. There are roads and cars. There are houses and jobs and businesses, all woven together to make the fabric of our communities. There are financial threads that are part of that tapestry as well. For over 80 years, it's been our pleasure to be headquartered here, providing financial services to generations of our friends and neighbors. From that first savings account to retirement planning and all of the cars and houses and groceries in between, we keep your money locally, investing it back into our communities, adding more threads to the fabric to make our communities stronger. Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union. Find your path.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah!
Be great.
Participate!
Sure glad we went to Les Schwab.
I'm glad the baby's still happy.
Well, I'm just glad that along with tires, Les Schwab also does brakes, alignment, and a bunch of other safety services. I mean, if we'd gone to a cheap tire store instead, I'd be a doggone wreck.
My thoughts exactly.
Thanks, kiddo.
Give everyone peace of mind on the road. Swing by or book online. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
Welcome back to MyBasin.com. Les Schwab Tires Game of the Week wrapped up. Phoenix grabbing the opening day win over Klamath Union 14-0 as we take one quick last look around the area. Unfortunately, I don't have a Mazama North Valley score. However, just a few short minutes ago, we learned that Hidden Valley is up 5-0 over Henley. That score coming to us about 10 minutes ago from Brian Gailey at Klamath Falls Sports Network. Shout out to him. And Hidden Valley leading Henley over there. Next time out for Klamath Union is going to be on the road at Phoenix High School. Unfortunately, we will not be bringing you that broadcast. However, when we are out at Henley next Wednesday, we will be live on mybasin.com and on air on 104.3 and 960 Sports, as well as mybasin.com for that game. Always looking forward to some Klamath Union baseball, though unfortunately today they were bested by the Phoenix Pirates in Game 1 of 3 of this opening series to the 2021 OSAA baseball season. Looking forward to the rest of it, but again, the final today, 14-0. Klamath Union just not good enough to grab the win over a good Phoenix Pirates team. That about does it for us this afternoon. If you'd like to watch an archived replay of this event, simply log on to mybasin.com and click on Watch. mybasin.com, your home for everything going on in the Klamath Basin, from news, sports, special events, and everything in between. Check us out online at mybasin.com. Would like to wish a safe trip home to the Phoenix Pirates baseball team, their coaching staff, and would like to say hello to Athletic Director Dave Earhart if you're watching this afternoon, and thank you for allowing us to cover your program whenever Phoenix does come on over here to the Klamath Basin. And of course, Klamath Union Athletic Director Scott Mason allowing me to cover his programs all season long. First-year head coach of the Klamath Union Pelicans, Michael Overstreet. I'd like to extend a special thank you to him as well. For all the folks like that help me put on the broadcast this afternoon, I'm Josh Eldridge, wishing you a good night from Kiger Stadium in Klamath Falls.